So here we are today at the fourth hole at Corinthians Golf Club here in Kent on this lovely autumn day, and we're going to talk a little bit today about your equipment, okay, and how equipment is designed to help you. So quite a common shot I get with people when we get onto the golf course is they're chipping, especially using something with a bit more loft, they're not as comfortable playing it. But what we're going to demonstrate today is if you understand the equipment, it makes it so much easier to play the shot, okay. So I've got roughly here 35-40 yard pitch up onto the green. I've got a situation where I've got a bit of a ridge in front of me, so I'd like to carry that. I don't really want to land the ball short of the green here. I know a lot of people would rather play a running shot and run it up there, but for me, what I want to make sure is I'm getting a consistent result with the shot. So what I always think is if I can land the ball on the green, I always will, because the putting surface, 99% of the golf courses you play, is the best surface on the golf course. So if I can land it on that surface, there's a greater chance I'm going to have control on the ball. So that's my thought of shot. I want to land this ball up onto the green. So I've actually got a 60-degree wedge here. And why I've chosen this club, because a lot of people are scared about it, but we're going to show you it's not that hard a club to use. Now, for me, the big thing we're looking to generate here is control on the ball, which is getting backspin on the ball. And it's understanding how the club is designed to help you to do that. So there's three key things for me. Number one, to get that ball have backspin, I must make contact with the bottom of the golf ball. If I make contact with the bottom of the ball, now all of a sudden the weight is underneath the ball. The second thing I'm going to generate then, I've got a 60-degree golf club. If I reach the bottom of the ball, whatever loft I deliver to the ball is now going to make it jump up into the air. But the third bit's the most important bit. Your golf clubs have grooves on them. Grooves are on them for a reason. They're there to give you backspin. Okay, they're there to give you a level of spin. So with wedge shots, we're looking to get backspin on the shot. So using something like a 60-degree golf club and the way the angle of the face is, we want to feel that 4, 5, 6 grooves are going to grip that golf ball as the club runs underneath. So let's explain the grooves. How do they work? Well, I want you to think a little bit like you're grate cheese. And what I see a lot of the time with people with their technique is when they set up to the shot, even coaches are doing this. We're so scared of you trying to flip the ball up into the air and scoop it so you thin it, they get your hands way ahead of the ball. Now the problem when you do that and you get your hands ahead, you're reducing the amount of grooves that are going to grip the club. It's a little bit like me saying to you, all right, I want you to grate this cheese, and as you come in to grate it, you're going to do this. It doesn't grate the cheese. A little bit fell off, but it's not really going to grate the cheese. What I need to feel is these grooves, like the parts on the cheese grater, are going to grip that ball and go under. So I want to feel that that is going to physically get underneath the ball and grate the cheese in this case, but the grooves are then going to physically grip the club as we play the shot. So your grooves are your best mate. You've got to use them, okay? It's like a cheese grater. That doesn't work, okay? Only the bits of cheese I grated a minute ago are falling off. I need to feel that that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to feel that that's going to slide underneath. So use the grooves. That's what you do when you grate cheese. So physically now you've got to do that when you're playing your golf shot. So when we set up to the ball, what we're looking to do is now let that club slide underneath the ball. I'm going to talk a little bit about a very common thing they talk about on TV a lot, what we call the bounce of the club. And I want you to think of that club the way it's designed. If you sit it flat on its bottom, it's designed to slide underneath. Okay, like we said earlier, we don't want to go forward. What that does, it creates a sensation where now the club can dig into the ground. That becomes a digging edge. They're the ones that end up 2 feet in front of you. Do that a few times. What you're then going to do is you're going to suddenly think, well, I'm not getting the ball airborne, I better help it. There's the thin over the other side of the green. So think of it like cheese grating. We've got to use the grooves. Let the club sit flat on its bottom, nicely on the ground, and now all of these grooves can slide underneath. The club goes through, it can slide through, it can grip the ball. So when I set up to something like this shot with a lob wedge, I'll have my hands just favouring the front of the ball, not way ahead, which a lot of coaches teach. Have the hands at the front of the ball, and then want to keep that club going through, sliding through. There's the ball popping up into the air nicely. Ball lands. It's rolled probably 6 to 10 feet looking at it from this angle. But what I've done brilliantly, I can see it on the face of the club. About 5 grooves, because the grass is in those grooves now, has suddenly gripped the golf ball. So that grass has been squashed in between the ball and the face of the club. So I now know those grooves work. That's why my ball got the elevation. That's why my ball had the backspin. So the important thing is your golf club is designed to help you. Let it. Okay, slide it underneath. If the club's allowed to do its job, you'll have success when you're pitching onto the green. I hope you enjoyed that tip. Thank you.